Thomas Jefferson. Some of his achievements include Founding Father of America, Minister to France, Secretary of State, Vice President, Third President of the United States of America, and drafted the Declaration of Independence. But was Thomas Jefferson a believer and reader of the Islamic text known as the Koran? Our story begins in 1764, when the following translation of the Koran was available for sale in London, and it begs the question, why would Thomas Jefferson purchase a copy of the Koran? But first, let's jump forward to the year 2002. Keith Ellison was elected as a member of the United States Congress for the state of Minnesota. He asked and was given permission by the United States government to be sworn into office on Thomas Jefferson's Koran. Keith Ellison was the first Muslim elected to Congress, and he wanted to take his oath of office on a Koran that was special. That's why he chose Thomas Jefferson's Koran. Nancy Pelosi was quoted as saying, "Keith is paying respect not only to the Founding Fathers' belief in religious freedom, but the Constitution itself in relation to him taking oath on the Koran." That's all fine and dandy, but let's take a look at the real reason why Thomas Jefferson purchased a copy of the Koran, something that Nancy Pelosi, Keith Ellison, and other members of the liberal left failed to tell you. The Barbary pirates were North African-based Muslims who preyed upon Christian and other non-Islamic sea vessels in the western Mediterranean Sea from the time of the Crusaders until the early 19th century. The Muslim pirates' stronghold was along the stretch of northern Africa known as the Barbary Coast, although they extended throughout the Mediterranean, south along West Africa's Atlantic seaboard, and into the North Atlantic as far north as Iceland. As well as preying on ships, raids were often made on European coastal towns for capturing Christian slaves, who were sold in the slave markets in places such as Algeria and Morocco. The Barbary pirates were one of the earliest forms of Islamic terror, spreading fear and bloodshed amongst the infidels, which we still fight today in the modern world. Thomas Jefferson should be known as the father of the fight against Islamic terror. He purchased his Quran to learn more about the enemy, to understand why they wanted to kill the infidels and Christians. Back in Thomas Jefferson's day, there was no CIA, there was no FBI, there was no Department of Homeland Security. Thomas Jefferson was proactive and took the initiative to read the Quran, which is the framework of Islam, to learn why these pirates were killing Christians and infidels in the high seas. God bless America. God bless Thomas Jefferson. I welcome any video, any responses about Thomas Jefferson and the Quran. Long live the United States of America and its fight against Islamic fascism.